You know by now that Ethereum is, after Bitcoin, the largest cryptocurrency by value in the crypto market. But what is the secret behind Ethereum's success? What makes it unique? I already talked about the potentials of Ethereum if Ethereum version 2 is to come out, and its new features and the change in its consensus mechanism, which will process around 100,000 transactions per second, as opposed to Bitcoin, which can only process 7 transactions per second. Ethereum will also cut on transaction fees and become much more environmental friendly. But in this video, I'm going to be explaining why Ethereum has grown so much in value already, even though just like Bitcoin, it is slow, it has high fees, and it is not environmental friendly. I'm also going to be explaining how Ethereum is much bigger than just a currency and has many more functionalities than Bitcoin, and why there is a possibility that it will surpass Bitcoin in the future. And the key to all of this is, of course, Ethereum's smart contracts. Ethereum has transformed the way we use money, and with the use of Web3 and the ability for the developers to create decentralized apps on its blockchain while using smart contracts to monetize their app's ecosystem, Ethereum has become unstoppable and continues to grow and attract attention very fast. While Ethereum and Bitcoin are both cryptocurrencies and can be used as a medium of exchange, Bitcoin has none of the capabilities which Ethereum has to let anyone create apps or make use of smart contracts. So in this video, I will show you what exactly smart contracts are, their full potential, and the important while also popular use cases of smart contracts. You will find everything you will need to know to understand what exactly smart contracts are. So without further ado, let's jump to it. Smart contracts were first coined in 1994 by Nick Szabo, an American computer scientist who also invented a virtual currency 10 years before the creation of Bitcoin called Bitgold. Szabo defined smart contracts as a computerized transaction protocols that execute terms of a contract. He wanted to extend the functionality of electronic transaction methods such as POS or point of sale and digitize them. In simpler terms, he proposed a way to make normal contracts, as we all know them, into digitized network-based contracts, which is very similar to the way smart contracts work right now. The definition that is being used right now is that a smart contract is a computer code which is intended to automatically execute, removing the need of a third party to handle and control the contract. But what does it mean and how is it even possible? Well, smart contracts imply the rule code is law, which means if you write a smart contract and publish it to the blockchain, it will then be immutable and no one will be able to control or change it. So a smart contract is really just a computer code stored inside a blockchain, which is like normal contracts but completely digital and fully automated. Which also means that it has a trustless system, which means you do not need to rely on any human or organization to hold the statements of the contract accountable. Once the requirements in the smart contract becomes true, it will automatically execute. Much like if that statement is true, then execute that. Now, as opposed to traditional contracts, smart contracts have many advantages. The most obvious being that the smart contracts are transparent. Each smart contract that is created and published in the blockchain is distributed to every node in the network. Everyone can see the code and its functionalities. Now, the code itself is only shown as a series of ones and zeros in the blockchain, but there are tools to reverse it into readable code. Being transparent makes smart contracts legit in a way that everyone knows what's going on. Everyone can know the rules and can make sure that the contract will not be unfair. Furthermore, a smart contract can hold assets, completely removing middlemen. This means that a contract itself can hold the money of each transaction sent to it, and if certain conditions are met, can automatically send money to other accounts. Let me give you an example. In a traditional betting website, when two people are, for example, betting on something, they send money to the account of the website owner, and whoever wins the bet, the owner will send the money to them. In this scenario, the site's owner is the middleman. But with an app that is created using smart contracts, the money will not be held by any man, rather the contract itself. You see where I'm going with this. A piece of computer code living in the blockchain can't run away with your money. And by the way, if this video has been so far useful to you, a sub to the channel will help me as a YouTuber and will keep you updated on upcoming videos about the crypto world. So, let's talk about other advantages of, well, smart contracts. DeFi. With the use of these contracts, decentralized finance is made possible. With DEX or decentralized exchange being the most popular in the finance world, platforms like Uniswap, PancakeSwap, SushiSwap, and OneEach all run with smart contracts. The principles are similar. Me, you, or anyone else can send our crypto money into the smart contract of a decentralized exchange and become a liquidity provider. In this case, if I send 1 Ether to the DEX, someone who has Bitcoin and is looking to buy Ether can receive the Ether I provided. This is all being done without an intermediary organization, and the money is being moved only through the smart contract. Pretty neat, huh? This makes exchanges much more secure and significantly reduce the cost of exchange fees. Apart from this, smart contracts can be used in the insurance world, buying and selling real estate, healthcare, and much more. One beautiful use case of smart contracts is making the existence of NFTs much easier. As a lot of you already know, an NFT is a unique proof of ownership of something, anything, usually a digital asset like digital art or digital real estate. But in the near future, NFTs can also be used as ownership in a variety of more practical objects like real cars, real estate, and anything really. A smart contract can own an NFT within it, which is then transferred to a user or another contract based on the rules and events defined in the smart contract. Let's now talk about play-to-earn games. Again, with the usage of smart contracts, any asset within games that are based on blockchains are moved through smart contracts, allowing you, the user, to really own the asset in the game, be it in-game currencies or tokens that can also be exchanged. Whereas in traditional gaming, the companies that created the game will own all the assets within the game. This all being said, the most important technology that is being made possible by smart contracts are the existence of decentralized apps, or dApps. Using smart contracts, you can now build any app and monetize your platform with smart contracts. Now, at this moment in time, there are some limits to creating some apps due to the fact that every data changed using a smart contract is considered as a transaction, and transactions cost fees and take time. For example, at this point in time, you won't be able to create a platform like Twitter using smart contracts because as a user, each tweet posted will cost gas fees and take time for the tweet to be validated. But in the near future, where transaction fees will be next to zero and validated within seconds, you can only imagine the possibilities. At this point, you may be wondering why Ethereum is very special in this field when there are in fact many cryptocurrencies that also make use of smart contracts and Ethereum is not being the only one. Well, the answer is Ethereum is the pioneer in this field of smart contracts, and they are the one who actually made it possible at first and showed the massive advantages of smart contracts to the world. And most of all, decentralized apps out there are all based on Ethereum ecosystem. And when the Ethereum version 2 comes, which will massively reduce the time transactions are validated and also reduce transaction fees, which in Ethereum are called gas fees, you can imagine that Ethereum will continue to be the biggest in this field, and with its many use cases, it might as well also surpass Bitcoin one day. So, I hope by now you have understood the crucial importance of smart contracts and the role Ethereum has played to make it all possible. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and again, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe and like this video for more people to also see it. If you have any questions, please post them in the comment section below and I will surely answer them. Have a wonderful day and see you on the next one.